into the room. Be coachable, teachable, trainable. Pace your city and state where you are catching this information from. On tonight, my name is Brand Master Martina Britt Yelverton, and I am your cash flow queen and founder of the #1 legal tax hack to hire your kids in your own home-based business, so should you choose to do so. And we are back. Wednesday nights, Watch Me Work Wednesday. We are back live and in living color, back on Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Not sure if we're going to hold this time slot because it appears that a little bit later seems to be working best for you guys. So come on into the room. Be coachable, teachable, trainable. Post your city and state so I can see where these streams are recasting to. And if you are currently new to the stream and you have not yet utilized StreamYard before, then I've gone ahead and put up my affiliate link for you. You can go to StreamYardHack.MartinaBrittYelverton.com. That'll give you a bit more information on where you can catch more value that I am delivering. I've been delivering for quite a bit of time. We are 20 years in this game, y'all, and I am excited. So if you are an entrepreneur who feels like you're constantly teaching and giving away value, but your bank account isn't reflecting all that good, it isn't reflecting all of your efforts, then this is the video for you tonight. Earlier, I talked about shifting from just being a teacher to now being a triage expert who can help all of you who are out here with your value and your solutions to get paid. Then this is the right place for you to be. And I'm revealing my aggressive pivot on how we are immediately monetizing and how we are immediately using some strategies to fix what you may be currently going through as well. I talked about the last 6 months and exactly how things have gone for you guys to be able to see that information, as well as there are some new features that are here on StreamYard, and I want to make you guys aware of some of that good as well. And we're going to redo the StreamYard hack video so that you can understand even better ways to use this platform. But on tonight's Watch Me Work Wednesday, we're talking about the pivot and the immediate fix that we are currently implementing. And you guys are actually going to be able to walk through all of this each Watch Me Work Wednesday evening. So we came on at 9 p.m. This was the time that we have available. Most times I prefer to be at midnight because the house has settled down. You guys are just getting ready to finish yawning and stretching and getting that midnight snack and getting ready to turn in. And I would love for the content that I share to be fresh on your subconscious when you go to sleep. So that's kind of the strategy that we are utilizing. Plus, for all my 45 to 65-year-old males who are currently trying to figure out, how do you get this value? How do you get this information? How do you pivot on up out of that job at 1 o'clock in the middle of the day when that is when my value drops? We got you covered. We got you before you turn in for the night. You'll be able to log on. You'll be able to catch this information and you'll be able to absorb all of this good, right? So I know that you have been going through a lot, especially with everything that's going on in the economy. And we talked about the last 6 months and the hard truth that we're dealing with regards to Q3 and this comeback that we own, right? Today, we're going to dive a little bit further into the how of the shift that we're making, okay? How we're making the shift, how we're going from teacher to triage expert, and how, most importantly, it is that you can do it too. That you can use the same exact strategy that I'm using now to implement it inside of your system right now. So again, if you're struggling and you've been away, and not being able to participate during that 1 o'clock hour, you haven't known where to go and catch it on YouTube, any of my channels, you can type in Brandmaster or Martina Britt Yelverton. You'll find your girl, and there is a video to help you. There are reels, there are shorts, there are stories, there is checklists, cheat sheets, and all of that. And more importantly, if you come over into the Brand You community, you will be able to get access to helpful tips that will allow you to be able to go deeper, learn more, follow a blueprint. You don't have to figure it out on your own. That's why we're here, okay? But today I'm going to talk to you a bit more about how I'm going to break down the 3-step plan for the immediate brand monetization that we'll be going through so that you can do it too, okay? And I'm going to show you how you can get access to the free emergency branding fix-it kit, which is the essential first step so that you can implement this aggressive strategy, okay? So the first point that I want to talk about is the flaw in the value first model. So we're all taught that we should lead with value, and that's not wrong. but it's incomplete. Value without a clear path to a paid solution, okay? Whew, that's hard to digest for some people, okay? It's just free consulting. When you're giving that value, when you're putting all that information out there, it literally is free content that you are delivering, right? But you don't know where it's landing, and you know for sure that it's not landing in your account, right? Think about it. It builds following for the freebie seekers, but not for a customer base, right? I was the teacher giving away the free knowledge, right? But I wasn't the triage expert. I wasn't able to diagnose these urgent problems, and I wasn't able to prescribe a solution. And that's what we're focusing on right now. A lot is going on. A lot of pivoting needs to happen. A lot of these things are needed right now by you guys. But if you're just consuming the free content, then that's the shift that we all need to make if we want to build profitable businesses, right? Not just a popular channel. Triage is about identifying the most critical bleeding neck problem your audience has, right? And offering an immediate solution, right? It's about solving an urgent pain, an urgent problem, giving the result that is urgently needed, okay? And you're available to get free checklists and cheat sheets from the first 6 months of the year, but specifically going forward for this emergency branding fix-it kit, you need to know what pain you have right now, what bottleneck is happening in your business, and how we can solve the urgent pain. All right. Not just provide some general education. We need to know exactly what the pain is that you're struggling with. That's what happens when you go to the emergency room. They triage exactly why you came in. Okay. So my 3-step plan for immediate monetization is what we're going to jump into next. What's going on, Deborah? It's so good to see you. Haven't seen you catching us during the midday. So hopefully, by at least us pivoting back one part of this to a Wednesday night, Watch Me Work Wednesday, you'll be able to catch this information and you'll be able to implement some of the new strategies that we're putting out. My new aggressive strategy is built on a 3-step simple plan. We're going to diagnose, we're going to prescribe, and then you'll be able to profit, okay? So in diagnosing the problem that you immediately seek or that you first seek, what we're talking about is you need to identify the exact problem that's causing the pain, right? I was noticing that all of our current clientele were doing amazing these last 6 months because they were implementing the cheat sheets and the checklists that they were receiving. They were actually getting on the Zoom calls in private, and we were able to go through what the problem was. We were able to rebrand. We were able to put a strategy plan together. We were able to walk through the chat GPT and make it work for them so that they could see the changes that needed to happen immediately in their business. First, we were able to identify the problem, right? This is the reason for the free emergency brands you fix it kit. This is why it comes in, because it is a diagnostic tool. It will help you. All right. It helps me. It helps the audience. And this will help you pinpoint the specific brand weaknesses that are costing you money. That's on the diagnostic side. Now, moving over to the prescription side, once you have diagnosed and figured out what the problem is, now you need to prescribe a clear paid solution. So when you're bringing people into what's going on or what the problem is, the next step for you is to give them the solution, right? This is where you want to make sure you have a no friction offer stack, right? Meaning you have something that you offer them that's easy, simple. They've already seen that you understand the problem that they're having, and boom, you have the solution, right? For me, it's the $97 monetization session. We get into like a brand audit, but we go through how to structure and set up the profit side of the business, right? It's an immediate, affordable next step that solves a problem that I just diagnosed. So you would be able to look through your system and see what is the problem that the people have, what is your solution to it, offer that solution so that the profit happens, and then immediately the profit actually happens, but immediately you jump right into solving that problem, okay? When you solve the urgent problem with a clear, valuable, no friction, easy to handle, easy to do, easy to check out, easy to profit system, the natural result is you profit, they get the result, both of you win-win, all right? It's not about being salesy. It's about being a problem solver. who gets paid for the expertise. Okay, make sense? I sure hope so. And number 3, the power of a no friction offer stack. So you just heard me say you're going to diagnose the problem. We're going to diagnose what went wrong over the last 6 months. Then we're going to determine what it is that we're going to prescribe. The solution is a new strategy that actually goes through figuring out exactly what the audience needs, right? Within the Brand You Fix It kit, allowing them to see exactly what it is that is needed. And then you move to the very next thing, which is the profit of what happens, okay? From that, you want to be able to develop your offer stack, and that needs to be a ladder of solutions, not just one. Every one solving a progressively bigger problem, meaning if you start out small, you fix that one, there's usually another problem behind it. Let me give you an example. I'm telling you, in order for you to be found somewhere on the web, you need a domain. Your next question is probably going to be, what is a domain? We solve for you what a domain is. Your next question is probably going to be, where do I buy a domain? We solve where you buy the domain. The next question is probably going to be, how do I use the domain? We show you how to use the domain. So each progressive problem, you solve it. That is the offer stacking. But if you've never gone through and thought about each of the different areas that the customer is going to potentially have, then you're not going to be able to stack their solution. You're not going to be able to offer the stack of your solution. I hope this is making sense and I'm able to put the pieces together for you, right? It needs to be a ladder of solution, each one solving a progressively bigger problem. So listen to this stack. My stack is the free branding fix-it kit. That's where we diagnose the problem. You may move next into the $97 brand assessment or brand monetization, where we go, okay, this is the problem. You need to fix this. We're going to go through fixing just that one thing, $97, right? Then the transformation can happen in the next step, which is the $497 brand jumpstart. This is where we transform everything. The key is to make it a no-brainer for your audience to take the next step. Free to low cost to investment, right? Which can lead to the higher ticket service later, right? But right now, it's a natural progression when you show them the value and they see what the investment will be and they move. This isn't just about creating a bunch of new products either. It's about packaging your existing knowledge into a clear, compelling offer that solves an urgent problem. I pray that makes sense for you guys, okay? And finally, the first thing that you want to think about in everything that I've said is any resistance that you may have, because what that is signifying and it is showing you is that there is a mindset shift that may need to happen. When you shift your mindset, the biggest shift you need to make is in your mindset. Stop thinking of yourself as just another content creator or another influencer or another teacher. You are a problem solver. In my case, a brand master and a triage expert, right? A brand doctor, a physician of the brand, right? You want to be able to understand that your expertise has immense value, but only if you position it as the solution to the urgent problem that your audience is currently having. People pay for solutions, not just information. We normally say free is for the information, paid is for the transformation, all right? This is the core of the Q3 comeback that I would love for those of you who are watching to have, right? It's about strategy that will transform your brand from a content machine, which we are probably all tired of, right, into a profit machine. Like they say, print money on demand. You want money printing passively. You want money just flying out of the machine, okay? But it all starts with diagnosing the problem first. And if you are available to diagnose the problem first, then that's exactly what you need to do, because think about it. It's a system that works. Any urgent care center, any ER, the first thing they do is come in and ask, what's the problem? Think about that with anything that you actually pay for. The first thing that it is that's you're asked is, what's the problem? And then they determine, how do we solve the problem? I'm a junkie as far as Grey's Anatomy is concerned. New Amsterdam. It's a couple of them. Chicago MD, I think is what it's called. It's a couple of them. The best one that I've ever seen is called The Pit, only because it is so raw and real, and it is indicative of what I used to have to go through when I actually worked at the front desk in an ER. I was like, oh my goodness, this is bringing back like tremors, like, oh my goodness. But the truth of the matter is, even when you go to a scheduled appointment, the first thing they ask outside of how have you been doing, what's going on with you, or how are the kids, or been on a vacation, what is the first thing they ask you? What are we here for today? What is the problem? What brings you in today? That's a diagnosis. They want to hear what the problem is so that they can give you the solution. All right. So you're probably thinking in some objective way that you have going on in you, I don't have a paid offer to prescribe. You have more to offer than you think. Your expertise, your experience, your ability to solve a problem, all of that needs to be packaged in a way that will monetize your value, right? Looking at the different tiers that you have, making sure that the value of what you give matches the price point that you are charging, and only you can determine that. Even though the going price out here for things are like 97, 297, 497, 997, y'all know I like my nines. But depending on your industry, that may not work for you. Depending on what your solution is, that value may not be at the tier that you want it to be. That's your personal value. You have to determine what works best for you. The other thing that you may be objecting with somewhere in your juge is I'm not comfortable being so direct with your sales pitch. This is not about a sales pitch, okay? It's about a problem solving itch, okay, that you can scratch for someone, right? When you're confident that that your offer solves an urgent problem for someone, it's no longer selling. It's serving, it's sharing, it's sowing. Okay? And Proverbs 11 and 26 should free you of any friction that you have with regards to sale. Go and read it. I promise you it will change your life. All right? The triage model that I am setting up for you is by providing immediate relief. Your paid offer is the prescription. It's a disservice not to offer it. Okay. And when you go and read Proverbs 11 and 26, it says that curse be on the head of the man who does not sell it. Okay. When you hoard it and when you keep your value, you are going against the grain of your purpose and your reason for being here. Okay. So in a recap, I need for you guys to understand that we talked about how you want to go through shifting from being a teacher to being a triage expert who diagnoses and prescribes paid solutions. Stop giving everything away for free. All right. Money makes the world go round. It ain't the solution to be all to everything, but it's right up there with air. Okay. When you implement a 3-step plan where you diagnose, figure out what the problem is, then you prescribe something, give them solution, you are available to profit. That's as plain and simple 1, 2, 3 as it can get. All right. Your expertise is valuable, but not until you actually position it as the solution. And you must do that no matter what industry you're in. You know something that someone else does not. And as long as you are willing to share that with them, you both win-win situation, like I said, okay? So if you are ready to stop being just a teacher and actually start being a problem solver, raise your hand, say yes, thank you very much. I'll take my value and I'll go make some money with it. Then you are in the right place. The first step that you want to do is actually diagnose problems. You want to prescribe solutions, right? And then you both can profit, you both can win-win. I am committed to the success of what it is that you guys want to do. Inside of this free emergency branding fix-it kit that I have, you are also available to acquire a 15-minute brand audit. All of that will be in the fix-it kit when you receive it. You won't be able to, get this free brand audit just on a whim. You actually have to apply and get the actual kit and start the 9-step system so that when you get to the point where it's time to go through your brand audit, then you'll be able to link and click and get on the invitation for that. I'll make sure that the information is updated in the description below the videos that I'm sharing out right now so that you can download your free kit so that you can get started diagnosing your own problems in your own brand. And then if you want to jump on that brand audit call so we can talk about the actual prescription, the solution that the brand master would be able to give to you, then you would be able to do that. I want you all to stop guessing and start getting paid. And of course, we have the Brand You community open and available to you. You can go to community.martinabrittyoverton.com. You can get access to everything that we have open and available in the community. We will continue to be streaming live pre-recordings at 1 p.m. during the daytime, but we will be here Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will continue to drip out the full Watch Me Work Wednesdays where you actually look over my shoulder, pretty much dropping at midnight, and watch me build out systems. So your success, guys. Just wanted to hop on tonight for a couple of minutes to let you know that we are back with the Watch Me Work Wednesday nights. They will continue to drop at midnight live where you get to watch me walk through building systems and building brands. And I have so much to share with you guys on this pivot for the month of July for quarter 3. We have so much that we want to do. So I hope you will join us over inside of the Brand You community. community.martinabrittyoverton.com. I'm excited to have you on this journey with us. Thank you so much for your time today. And if you have not had the opportunity, please, if you don't mind, go and subscribe to the channel. Yes, ma'am. MartinaBrittyoverton.com over on YouTube. Give it a thumbs up. Select the bell so that you can get notifications each and every time we go live. And I look forward to seeing you on training 1 p.m. during the day, 9 p.m. Watch and Work Wednesday nights. Hey y'all, hey, Brandmaster Martina Britt Overton here, giving you the latest update about our daily Get Your Assets in Order and Brand You series. Join me live each and every Tuesday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for actionable steps on brand building for beginners, current client revisions, and watch as we level up brands in 2025. We are covering everything from tools, tips, strategies, and systems like Canva, StreamYard, high-level AI automations, and more. These will take you from confused to confident. So after each live stream, you can hop on Zoom with us to ask your questions and get personalized answers. If I were you, I wouldn't miss out. Mark your calendars and subscribe now to our YouTube channels. Join our free communities, and I'll say it louder for the people in the back. If you want to learn, lead, and level up as a struggling entrepreneur, we have the solution, the systems, and the experts. Our entire team is live each and every weekday at 12 p.m., 1 p.m., and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can lunch and learn. If you snooze, you will lose. I said what I said. You heard what you heard. Now do what you know you need to do to get your assets in order.